Well, when I first moved to Bull Mountain in 1971, I think it was. That year, we tried. There was a thing going on. Sure, we used to talk about. It's really good to try different kinds of ascetic practices. It's not required by people, neither layman nor left-hand people need to actually have to do it. It's not a requirement, but it's kind of like getting extra points. It's like doing extra credit. You get extra credit with the Buddhist and Bodhisattvas if you do ascetic practices. So we tried all these different. We used to talk about all the good ascetic practices, and there were also Vedic ones too. So you have to be kind of careful which ones you try to do. But one of the ascetic practices is fasting. And the Master says, if you guys want to try fasting, you're welcome to try. It says the first time, just do 10 days. See if you can fast for 10 days. It's no big deal. Just don't drink more than 1 cup of water a day. That's all you get. Nothing else. And you do that for 10 days to see if you can do it. And so a lot of us tried it, both men and women. And some people did it, some people weren't good at it. I know Hung Sure told me that he tried it, and it wasn't working for him, and the Master told him, this is not your Dharma door. So each of us is different. It's just different, try different ones. We had former Hung Kong who was really good at it, former Hung Guang was very good at it. And so we tried these different dharmas of fasting. It's an ascetic practice. So we did 10 days, and the Master said, okay, now at the end of 10 days, you don't want to just go fill your stomach up with food on the 10th day, because when you're done, because it's not healthy, you can get sick. So just have some rice joe, which is basically watered down rice. And don't put any flavors in it. Don't even put salt or sesame oil or soy sauce or anything. Just have it. No salt, no pepper, no nothing. Just have rice joe for when you first come off the fast so you don't get sick. And it turns out fasting is part of the secret school dharmas. So there's some preparation. If you have longer, anybody can do 10 days. You don't need anything special, no special preparation or anything. But anything over 10 days, it takes a good knowing advisor to guide you, as well as there's some other dharmas you have to do to prepare. So he says normally it's done, this ascetic practice is started with 10 days. Then you do 18, a few months later, if you want to keep doing it, you can do 18 days. And after, if you still want to do it after that, you can go to 36 days. And after the 36 days, you can do the 72-day fast. And after the 72-day fast, if you still want to cultivate that Dharma door, you can do the 6-month fast. He says, once you do a 6-month fast, you've now attained the Dharma of being fed by the gods. So he says it's very rare for people to attain that. There was a Bhikshuni, I believe, in Hong Kong who attained that state, because he no longer had to eat any food, so he could be fed by the parents. So we did 18, we did 10, and we did 18 a few months later. And then I found the most difficult thing for me was, it was difficult the first week or so, but after that it wasn't so hard. It's just that you lose a lot of energy. And then the hardest part for me was not going on the fast, it was coming off the fast. Because you can only eat rice joe for 3 days. I'm sure so on the third day you can add a sliced apple. So once you start fasting, your system kind of goes into hibernation. But once you have a little tiny bit of food again, like rice joe, it just triggers all all thinking like crazy, and your mind goes nuts, and you more, we need more food. So it's really hard not to overeat and get sick. So we did 18 days, then did the 36th day, and that was the one. We did that during a Chan session, and he says, now, just because you're doing the study practices doesn't mean you get to put on a special style. This was his favorite phrase. Don't put on a special style. You're no better than anybody else. You're not supposed to put on a special style. So when you have to follow the regular schedule, everybody does, we were doing a Chan session, so we have to do the Chan session, you have to walk when everybody walks, sit when everybody sits. And when it's time for lunch, you have to go to the dining hall and sit there while everybody eats around you. And so that was hard because you sit there in the dining hall, you hear everybody eating and smell the food. And then, but another thing is, before I used to be regular, I just eat regular food before I moved into Gold Mountain, so I was not always a vegetarian. So I had these dreams about 2 weeks into the fast. I started having these dreams about really delicious steak, blood red steak. And I told Shrifu about it. I said, Shrifu, I'm having all those dreams about meat, about steak stuff. He goes, yeah, that's because you eat all that meat during before. He says, it's all coming up now. He says, don't worry about it. Just let it do its thing, and then when it's done, it'll be evaporated. It's all the meat-eating karma you've had in the past. So we practice that. It's just the hard part for me was after 36 days of just eating rice dough for the first time, your mind goes crazy. Because it's been relatively quiet. The more we I fasted, the quieter my mind became. It's easier to cultivate. Stay full lotus all day, no problem. Legs didn't hurt. Because you're so skinny. You turned into a skeleton. So, but coming back off the fast is really hard because you can have rice dough anytime you want, but if you eat too much, you'll get violently sick. You have to be very careful. And I remember Hong Kong, he goes nuts. He goes into the refrigerator late at night and just, he got really sick. So everybody had to come down and do some mantras for him. But it was a good cultivation for me, at least. Able to slow your mind pretty easy to cultivate when you're kind of it's kind of like a hibernation mode. Your body's kind of shut down, and your mind still's easier.
Anyway, I tried to escape a bunch of times. I couldn't escape, and he was just sort of kind of hovering around.
人死了，你再叫他活了也不难啊！只要你有这个神通，可以叫他活的。教化西方人最难所有一切再难的事情都可以做，但是教化西方人不容易。他的眼睛一瞪，一看比师傅也高也大很不容易管的。所以教化美国人呢，不是那么简单，不是那么容易的。